Hello and welcome back everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black, and I come to you today with a sort of consumer advisory warning regarding our own Primal Carnage here. A game which I once called one of the best, most interesting asymmetrical competitive FPS titles on the market. And I didn't want to record an episode like this today. Oh yes, it's going to be one of those. I'm rather tired, as you can surely see from all of the dark circles under my eyes, my dreary demeanor, and I was hoping thus for something a bit lighter, more amusing to cheer myself up, but no! I had to go poking around in the darker corners of Steam a couple of days ago and came across a scrap of news that I'm rather late in commenting upon and addressing, so apologies for that. But news that I could not contain myself from commentating upon after discovering. Primal Carnage, as it stands now, is dead, stagnant.
Don't you mean extinct?
And the promised 2.0 update, or the recode as it's been called, is not coming. Ever. Don't be fooled by the latest news tab on the game's Steam page. It is blatantly deceptive to the point of lying by omission at this stage. Omission of what? Why, of the news that Primal Carnage is about to get replaced outright by the upcoming console blockbuster-to-be, Primal Carnage Extinction. A new game rebuilt from the ground up, or so they claim, on the Primal Carnage platform, expected for release for PC and PS4 sometime in the first quarter of 2015. Never mind the fact that screenshots of the two are nigh indistinguishable, never mind the fact that Extinction's launch features read an awful lot like the original game's 2.0 roadmap, or that Extinction's reveal trailer is nothing more than a little teaser composed of 30 seconds worth of visually filtered old Primal Carnage cutscene footage from a Dino Victory cinematic on Get to the Choppa mode. Just... Congratulations, Circle 5, top-notch marketing! Why create new material when the old stuff's just as good, and you can resell it a second time? And if all of that sounds like a cash grab to anyone else, it's because it damn sure is. Now, what am I on about? Who are Circle 5, and why am I blasting them? Well, let's take a little step back in the conversation, shall we? And while we do, note that the footage that you are seeing here in the background is recorded from the current version of the game. That is to say, Primal Carnage, since we're apparently talking about two different titles now. With my commentary, of course, layered over in post, which I know is breaking a little bit from my usual format, but I wanted to keep my thoughts as concise and collected as possible for the purposes of keeping on task and not raging out of hand and being unfair, while still remaining quite critical over the entire thing going on. So, I do so in order to give you all a candid look at the game's current state, witness what is really within the game right now, so that if you don't care at all about what I'm saying, what's going on in the background with this game, you can make up your own mind regarding whether or not this game is worth its usual $15 price tag. You can also see previous episodes I've recorded about this game prior to my coming across this little bit of news when I was still quite a bit more positive, shall we say, and others might even dare say neutral about it, before I kind of made my own mind up and colored a bit of my opinions regarding it. I completely own up to the fact that that is a little bit of what's going on here, but do see those old videos if you want to get at least a somewhat more positive look at the way the game performs. Now, what you see is what you get with Primal Carnage, and I'm all but certain that it's all you're ever going to get. However, I will once again give this game no small due of credit for its impressive visuals, incredible animation quality, and outstanding balance in the face of truly titanic differences between its opposing factions. The only thing I ever really criticized about what is actually present within Primal Carnage today is its lack of any progression system to speak of, its lack of incentivization to continue playing on a regular basis. Now then, the dawn of this whole debacle came when Lukewarm Media even, the studio working on Primal Carnage, died not terribly long ago. I don't know how or why, nor do I much care to, as it is ultimately irrelevant. Upon said death, the rights and development of Primal Carnage were then transferred to the newly formed Circle 5 Studios. And that was confirmed, not just all hearsay in my reading darkly into the entire scenario, by developer APOC on the Primal Carnage forums with the following post, read in quotes. Because an entirely new company has taken the helm on development of Primal Carnage and the entire game has been rebuilt from the ground up, it's been decided that we're going to be launching this as a game in conjunction with the PS4 announce. I told you, dead reading. Also, because it's a new company, it must be on a new Steam app ID as well. This game is an entirely new game and will cost money. However, over the next few days, we'll be having massive giveaways and promotions that will make this change hardly any inconvenience to our longtime fans. No. No. No, APOC! No! I have eyes, damn it, and I can see how little has changed in even the scant screens and video you've released for this farce. I would be completely, 100% okay with Circle 5 inheriting the Primal Carnage brand and doing new things with it, creating new games out of the IP, but don't you dare try to fool me into thinking anything about this game is new when I recognize the models, I recognize the characters, I recognize the dinosaurs skin for skin with sparing exception, I even recognize the maps for God's sake. You're treating your customers like morons, distracting them with the jingly keys of raffle giveaways and exclusive pre-order skins, and double-dipping into their wallets to boot, and that is never okay! Let's run down the feature list for Primal Carnage Extinction at launch. 12 diverse maps, including several maps from all the fan favorites. Translation: lots of recycled content. 2 game modes, deathmatch and get to the chopper. You mean just like the ones in the game right now? Unique dinosaur gameplay, with 9 dinosaur classes at launch, 4 more than the current lineup, and the only thing indicating a substantial improvement upon what is already present. Intense human gameplay, with 5 classes once again, putting us right back where we started. At least now, achievement unlocked, and mid-match dropped weapons will give humans a little bit more equipment variety. I am at least glad to see that. Steam economy support, allowing players to buy, sell, and trade cosmetic items through the Steam marketplace. A nice addition, however, hardly worthy of sequel quality. Once again, this is patch material at best. And lastly, a 6-month pipeline of content to follow, from skins to weapons and cosmetics, new maps, new modes, etc., etc. Insert vague claims of stuff to come here. None of that matters. None of it. If it is not a new feature, new material, present within the game at launch, it does not get to be factored in to the comparison with the original title for the validation of a sequel. That is not the way it works. From where this situation stands right now, your customers, those who have already bought your game, Primal Carnage, whether you developed it or inherited it, where it came from is irrelevant to where it comes from as far as the sale of the product, by the way. If you're selling it, doesn't matter. Those customers ought to be entitled to a free upgrade to the new version, and you know it. It's why you're harping on about giveaways, why you're trying to be distracting with them, and chances to win the game for free in raffles all across your forums and social media in a blatant attempt to appease and quell the rightfully outraged customers that are wondering what the hell is going on. Not gonna work on this one. Give us something to demonstrate, an appreciable difference from the old game to the new, enough to constitute more than a patch that we have to pay for, to justify buying what you're calling a sequel when it hardly even looks like DLC amounts of new content, and then we'll talk. No amount of giveaways on the forums or on your social media sites or incentives of free skins for those who pre-order by the end of November will make up for the fact that you're double charging for a game that your customers have already bought. I don't know and I don't care how many members of Lukewarm Media might now work at Circle 5. I really don't. And I don't because it's irrelevant. Whether it's 1, none, or a ton, it does not matter. None of that matters to the consumer, only the product does, regardless of its source, and yet, that is whom the growing pains of this IP transfer is being thrust upon. All of this boils down to the same old consumers' rights question that has plagued EA and other publishers known for their churning out of iterative releases for years. The question is, at what point do we, the consumers, draw the line of what constitutes a substantial enough update on an existing IP such that it justifies a brand new purchase? I posit that this, at least, does not. And you know what? I could be wrong. Damn it, I hope I'm wrong. I damn well better be wrong about this. I want to be wrong for once. do please, if you're watching this ages from now, months from now, and know whether I'm wrong, let me know one way or another. I've just got a really deep, sinking feeling that I'm not. I challenge you, I dare you, Circle 5, to prove me wrong. Make me eat my words about this. You've got one chance. I am Mr. Black, here at Last Level Press. This is Primal Carnage with news about its sequel, Primal Carnage Extinction, due to go on sale first quarter 2015. And as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed. Billy, we still got dinosaurs to kill. It's war, Billy. Billy, why are you standing there, Billy? Oh god, no! Where did the raptor come from? And suddenly raptors, Deus Ex Velociraptor.